Hey everyone, in this short tutorial, I'll show you how to make a box lock in Rhino. Great for jewelry like chains and bangles. Make sure to hit like button and subscribe for more cat design tips. So in this video, we are learning how to design a box lock in Rhino in the easiest way possible. The main thing that you should know is the height of the box. It depends on the thickness of the tongue and the thickness of the box. That's the main thing that you should know. The rest is very easy. So I start with drawing a line from center. It's a just random line. Then I start making a copy, or you can use offset. It doesn't matter. So we need at least zero point 0.4 for the thickness of the box. This is the minimum I'm talking about. Of course, for some designs, you can increase it or decrease it, but I don't advise you to decrease it. I just advise you to make it thicker. For example, maybe zero point 0.5 or zero point 0.6 mm is much more ideal. And then we have a tongue, which is like this. And for the bottom and the top, if we offset, for example, zero point 0.6, which is, in my opinion, is the minimum. So we have zero point 0.6 here, zero point 0.6 here. So it means it's totally 1.2. Then another copy with 1.2. Let me remove this curve. And then we have another zero point 0.6, which is we make a stop or something, which is take the lock inside to not go out. So we need at least zero point 0.6 for there. So I make another copy with zero point 0.6. And at the end, we have a thickness at the top of the block. So for that part also, we'll add zero point 0.4. Then the total height of our box will appear, which is 2.6. We will add some tolerance to it. So I will make it with 2.65. So I will draw a line with 2.65. It will be a minimum box, minimum height for our box lock. Now I'm going to add the width. For the width, you have more flexibility. You can choose whatever you want. In this case, in both sides, I will push 3. It will be a totally 6 mm width. Then I'm going to use shell for make it empty inside. Our thickness was 0.4. So now we have a box. In here, we have enough space to add our tails. Then I'm going to the front. I hide the ISO curves. The project on, I start designing the tongue. I need the end point here if it will give me, yes. Is our end point. And draw a curve like this. For this part, many manufacturers like to make it uh, manually after casting because of the spring effect. And of course, if you do that, it will give you a better result. But sometimes for a mass production, we prefer to use the casting parts. Of course, after casting, you will have a better result if you make it by hand on the bench. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to make it. Then we have a planar surface here. I just used fillet here. Let's make a planar surface. What's the perspective? We need it with the same width of the box. You can decrease it, no problem, if you want to save some weight or do something else for whatever reason. If you want to make it smaller, the only thing that you have to do is close here, just close the gap, and you will be fine. But in this case, we are going to keep it as a width of the box. Now we have to make a duplicate edge here, extrude this piece to the bottom, make the stop or the break, just make some overlaps and add thickness. The minimum will be 0.4, 0.5. I used 0.45. Let me add some colors to it. Change the color. This is our box. Let me make it a little bit darker. Now I feel much better. I just hide the ISO curves to don't make us see something wrong. The second thing that we need is to understand how much we have to cut through here. For example, show you. I draw a both side line with the minimum 0.45, which is give us about 1 mm. If you go below these numbers, your lock will be become broken and it will break easily, especially if you are using, for example, 80K or 21K golds. But if you use 14K or silver or whatever, it will be much stronger. But uh, my numbers are the minimum. Maybe you can go below those numbers. Maybe you can go higher. It depends on you. You have to do some tests if you want to do that. Now we have to understand how we should open this part, with a Boolean difference. How much we need to go through, it's about the depth of the uh, Boolean which we are doing here. To find that part, we're going in here. Here is the center of well, this one on the bottom. I add a circle and I put it here, Let's check here. Our lock should become here and stay behind this part. The part which I'm talking to is this part. So after drawing this circle, the last thing I should do is just cut this part. You can use Boolean, also you can use trim, it depends on you. If you use a split or trim, just do the cap. Now I just hit the cap. Yes, it's closed. So now I'm going to do the Boolean difference. Oh, no, no, it was wrong. I don't have to do the Boolean difference now. Just give me a moment. Now I'm going to do the extract surface. I scale this one in both sides, 0.45, which is our minimum. Then I'm going to change the gumball to the object and extrude it. We will cut this one as well. We will use rotate. Let's relocate it a little bit straight. Yeah, it's fine. Use the rotate command. Project is on. We'll snap here. Copy on yes, and then come down. Your main object will stay at this point and just put it in the hide. Control H, you can do it. Now you can see our lock is closed. How much we should cut? Cut this much. Need some depth here. Boolean difference. Then I need here at least 1 mm. Then extract surface, offset surface, 1 mm, and then another extract surface. This is the button which is doing the release job for us. Offset surface, at least 1 mm is recommended. Fillet edge. This is not necessary, but if you add this fillet edge, it will help you. Shape. Now we are going to bring it back. Go to the front view. Use the rotate. Copy is on no. Snap it here and then put it on the main part. And then we're going to delete this one. Remove this part and your tongue also is ready. The last thing that we have to do is Just make a box for our tongue to connect. For the thickness of this part, you need at least 1.5, 2 mm. But if you want to add stone on it, you have to make it bigger. Let me see how much it is. It's 1.6. Let's scale it to the 2 mm. I use a scale 1D, 2 mm. I will hide this box using shell 0.4. I prefer to do it follow to decrease the weight. These days, the weights are very important, especially in gold. I scale this part to 0.2, make a copy, decrease it, offset all of them with 0.4. You have a chain connection here. Also, you can use offset curve on surface, for example, with 0.5 or whatever you want. It depends on you for this part because it depends on which type of chain you're to connect it. And we have it in the minimum weight possible. The next thing that we are going to do when it's something to support the lock to keep it safe, we will print it like this with 3D printer. After casting, it will be have some spring effect. It will push and the lock will work. Before going for that support part, you need to understand the back of this part when it's come down. Let me show you. Rotate. Project is on. Copy is yes. When it comes down to here, when they are touching each other, the top part touch the bottom part, you have some uh, problems here. You have to make another boolean here. To make that boolean, we need a curve. Go a little bit further, go through that circle to make sure you don't need to do some work on bench. Then we have a surface. Then we extrude the surface. Then the boolean. Going to make it open. Now our lock is totally ready. Forgot to put them in the same group. Select curve and delete. Our lock now is work properly, it will work very well. But for the last part, I'm going to add something here. With a wire, you have to make some mechanism to keep it safe. For that wire, which is 100% must be made on the bench because the thickness for that wire will be about 0.6, 0.5, maximum 0.9 on big locks. In this case, I'm using 0.8, and it's not possible to cast it. It's possible, but during the printing, it will be break because it's a thin wire. Even if it's not break after printing, during the casting, it will be lost the shape. So it's better to make that part on the bench, but we have to make the hinge and the grip for it on the Rhino on the software. Then we will add 0.445 thickness. We have another planar surface here connected to this part. I remove the curves, offset, at least I had to do it on both sides, at least 0.4 both sides, which it means 0.8 totally. Go to the right view, you can use align and put it in the center. If you want, you can decrease it. We will connect to this part. And we need an S-sphere. I will snap it on the center of the midpoint, which is the center of the lock. Diameter will be 1 mm. And I put it here and decrease it. Now it's totally fine. final size is 1.85. Then from the center, we'll draw a line to go through set point. This one project was on, that's why it's on the C plane. Turn off the project, set it on the midpoint, use the pipe. 0.8 is fine. Just make sure the other end of your pipe is not inside the box. You can, let me show you how it will happen. You have it like this, it will come inside and it will affect the lock mechanism. Then it will be a one piece. And our lock is ready. And if you want to bend it or put it on the bangle or somewhere else, the only thing that you need to know is just select the whole design, use the bend command, turn on the project, and then bend it. It will work properly. The only thing that you need to know is maybe just changing the shape of the sphere. Just you need to draw it again. And just draw another sphere, put it here, and remove the old one. Also for this part, we have to do the same thing. We'll draw another circle, 80, offset, planar surface, and offset surface with both sides 0.45. We'll remove this one and rotate and put it here. Sometimes you want to do the same thing on a bangle, for example, in the bangle. This is our bangle size. This is the inside, and on top of this ellipse will be our bangle. The only thing that you need to know is, for example, in here we used 2.65, which is our minimum lock. So we'll do an offset with 2.65. Then we have this size, which is 2 mm. You can change it, no problem. But just draw a line here, make a copy with 2 mm. You can change it. I'm just trying to show how we can fit this lock here. And then we have 11 mm or maybe 10, we can say. Then we have a circle from center. Touch this part. The only thing that you have to do is just make a copy, Control C of the main ellipse. Then use these curves to trim the rest of the curves. Use the Control V to return the main ring, and you can lock it or put it in a different layer. Then split this one. Now we have the box part. Join them, and then we will have the deal box, the long box, and we will join them as well. We'll use the planar surface. Yeah, my Rhino is on planar drawing. Then we can extrude it or offset in the both side. It depends on you. I use both side 3. Now you can start the process again. Shell with 40 or 0.4. Go to the front. Hide the ISO curves. Go ungusted or wireframe. It depends on you. Sorry, I have to snap it here on the end point. And turn on the near. Project is on also. Have our tongue curve. We'll just move it a little bit higher. That 0.5 tolerance which you add is because of these problems. Make a copy of it. Extend it. Doesn't matter how you will extend, and it doesn't matter how much you will extend, because if you remember, we just cut the last part. Now just join them. Use the offset 0.6. And the rest is going on exactly like the first one which we made. As you see, making a box lock is a very easy job to do. I think it will take 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know exact time, but you can make it easily. And I hope you'll enjoy it and you'll use it in your works, in your designings, and ask any question if you want in the comments or in the community part of the YouTube channel. And if you liked it, please don't forget to push the like button and subscribe for the upcoming videos. See you soon with the new tutorials in Rhino, especially for the jewelry designing.